Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. France oppression on the Caribbean island of Martinique has sparked deadly protests. Yes my friends, our brothers and sisters in Martinique has been protesting for many days now. Deadly protests, even closing the airport. The French authorities would have had to close the airport as a result, and I have the news for you today. I'll be telling you why they are protesting and what is the current situation in Martinique now, my friends. It's serious, my friends. Martinique is a Caribbean island owned by France, and this is what is happening in Martinique over the past several days. Let me just show you this. As you can see this is fire burning and people throwing stones at a building here in Martinique. That's just one clip there. And my friends, it's serious in Martinique. Why are they protesting? They are protesting skyrocketing cost of living. The food prices in Martinique is skyrocketing as a result of the negligence by France. Let me just show you another clip that is happening in France right now. Not France, Martinique.
Restaurant is the workplace of more than 100 young residents of Fort-de-France on the island of Martinique. Those who burned it down put those low-income workers, most of them students, out of a job.
It will take months to rebuild the restaurant. This has put our young workers in a difficult position.
This arson, like the looting and vandalism in Fort-de-France and neighboring La Montagne, are part of a protest against the high cost of living on the French Caribbean island.
Yes, there you had it, my friends, and I'm going to show you some more clips. But why is the cost of living skyrocketing in Martinique? Well, France would have, some are asking, some are saying France, that France poisoned the soil in Martinique. So Martinique is now importing like 40-something% of their food, and they're paying high duty tax on their food. So their food prices is different, is 40% higher than it is in mainland France. Now Martinique is a Caribbean island with about 350,000 people, and it is French owned. France run their colonies different to how the British, the Dutch and the Americans run their Caribbean islands. France manages Martinique and Guadeloupe, which are Caribbean islands, directly from those islands, which means the flag is a French flag, the national anthem is a France national anthem. That is how France govern their territory, my friends. And here is another clip.
A new wave of unrest on the French Caribbean island of Martinique has resulted in one death and numerous injuries as protests over high prices escalate. The island, home to approximately 350,000 residents, has faced weeks of turmoil fueled by rising living costs. Reports indicate that from Wednesday night into Thursday, protesters looted shops, set up burning barricades, and clashed with law enforcement.
My friends, it is serious in Martinique right now, but the mainstream media is not talking about this news because, number one, all the Caribbean islands surrounding Martinique are English speaking, and so there's a language barrier, so not even CARICOM is talking about this. Let me show you where Martinique is. I'll show you a map. You could see here where the green circle is. This is Martinique, right between Dominica and St. Lucia, and you can see Guadeloupe just above Dominica there. Guadeloupe is not too far from where I am right now in St. Kitts and Nevis, which is further up. And these islands are right there. And CARICOM is not giving any statement about this serious protest. And Martinique used to produce a lot of bananas, my friends. But I will tell you why Martinique have to import most of their food from France and from around the world, my friends. This is a video. I want you to listen this carefully. Of a farmer, and he is telling you what happened in Martinique.
The Caribbean islands poisoned by a carcinogenic pesticide. By Tim Wool, BBC News, Martinique. November 20th. Ambroise Burton had an operation for prostate cancer, but still suffers from thyroid disease. First we were enslaved. Then we were poisoned. That's how many on Martinique see the history of their French Caribbean island that, to tourists, means sun, rum, and palm fringed beaches. Slavery was abolished in 1848. But today the Icelanders are victims again of a toxic pesticide called chlordecone that's poisoned the soil and water and been linked to unusually high rates of prostate cancer. They never told us it was dangerous, Ambroise Burton says. So people were working because they wanted the money.
Crazy,
we didn't have
man.
any instructions about what was and wasn't good.
So France allowed this to happen. Let me just let this story continue.
That's why a lot of people are poisoned. He's talking about chlordecone, a chemical in the form of a white powder that plantation workers were told to put under banana trees to protect them from insects.
That's what French told them.
Ambroise did that job for many years. Later he got prostate cancer, a disease that is commoner on Martinique and its sister French island of Guadeloupe than anywhere else in the world.
Wow.
And scientists blame
Wickedness.
chlordecone, a persistent organic pollutant related to DDT.
Wickedness, man.
It was authorized for use in the French West Indies long after its harmful effects became widely known. They used to tell us, don't eat or drink anything while you're putting it down, Ambroise, now 70, remembers. But that's the only clue he and other workers in Martinique's banana plantations in the 1970s, 80s, and early 90s had about the possible danger. Few, if any, were told to wear gloves or masks. Now, many have suffered cancer and other illnesses. Getty Images. Chlordecone is an endocrine disruptor, meaning it can affect hormonal systems. One of the world's leading experts on the chemical, Professor Luc Maltigner, of Rennes University in France, says epidemiological studies have shown increased risk of premature births, and increased risk of adverse brain development in children at the exposure levels people in Martinique and Guadeloupe face through contaminated food consumption. He also says, there is enough toxicological and experimental data to conclude that chlordecone is carcinogenic.
Wow. It's crazy,
Following
man.
a detailed study Professor Maltigner and colleagues conducted on Guadeloupe in 2010,
How could they
he
allow
estimates
this?
chlordecone is responsible for about 5 to 10% of prostate cancer cases in the French West Indies, amounting to between 50 to 100 new cases per year, out of a population of 800,000. Listen to Martinique, the poisoning of paradise.
Man, this is madness, you know.
Crossing continents on BBC Radio 4 on Monday, November 23rd at 20:30. Or listen now online. You can also download the Crossing Continents podcast. Chlordecone stays in the soil for decades, possibly for centuries.
Wow.
So more than 20 years after the chemical ceased to be used, much of the land on Martinique cannot be used for growing vegetables, even though bananas and other fruit on trees are safe.
You hear this, my friends? Cortisone is a deadly pesticide that France allowed Martinique to use in their agricultural produce, and it poisoned the soil, and they say it can stay in the soil for decades, up to hundreds of years. Now, even after the French authorities knew that this pesticide was poison and the effects of it, they allowed Martinique and Guadeloupe to use it in their soil, because these Caribbean islands are fertile. These islands produce lots of fruits. Hundreds of years ago, Europe used to ship fruits during the slave trade. That's what built Europe. Sugarcane, bananas, tobacco from Martinique and Guadeloupe and the other Caribbean islands. But what France did is that they allowed this deadly poison to be used in the soil of Martinique, poisoning the soil. And that has caused Martinique to now having to import most of their food. How wicked can France be, my friends? This is wickedness. Wickedness. You destroy the soil of the island. And now the people are forced to import because they cannot grow anything on the island. 40% of the land is destroyed. Now Martinique, why would France do this? It's because over 80% of Martinique's population is black Africans of African descent, and is only about 5–6% of the population is white European. But hear this, here's the other thing. Martinique police force is white European. Imagine that. Remember I said over 80% of the population is of black African descent, and only about 5–6% is of white European descent on Martinique. But almost the whole police force in Martinique is of white European descent. Look at this. These are the police. This is the police officers in Martinique right now during the riot. Look at this. These are white Europeans. And this is a black African island. How can this stand, my friends? CARICOM, you need to say something. CARICOM needs to come out and say something. This is the protest that is happening in Martinique right now because of the poisoning of their soil that has caused food prices to skyrocket because they cannot grow anything there. My friends, this is not good. This is a massive protest in Martinique. You hear the drums? The black African population here in Martinique protesting the oppression of France. Man, you hear the drums. This make me want to go to Martinique and protest now, you know. Massive thousands of people are protesting the inhumane treatment of our brothers and sisters in Martinique. My friends, we need to help Martinique. I am calling on CARICOM to give a strong statement to France that this will not be tolerated anywhere in the Caribbean. We see what they did to Haiti. Look at Haiti. Look at the condition of Haiti right now. I understand they did the same thing in Haiti, poisoned their soil. They throw oil in their wells. They do all kind of things. Concrete in their wells, block up their water. They did all kind of things to Haiti. Haiti was a thriving Caribbean island, the first independent Caribbean island in the Caribbean. And because of the success of Haiti, France orchestrated the destruction of Haiti. Now they are doing the same thing to Martinique, but it's slower. They're going to take their time. Maybe they want to wipe out the black African population there. We don't know what France is planning. France cannot be trusted, my friends. You see what they did in Africa to Nigeria and Burkina Faso and Mali. They were kicked out. of the Sahel region in Africa, Niger, Burkina Faso and Mali, because of their brutality to the people. Imagine Niger give France all of their uranium to make energy so that France can get electricity, but Niger hardly have any electricity. Things like that France do. And that is why everybody is standing up to them and saying, no more, my friends, no more. I want you to support the journey. This journey that I'm on is to bridge the gap between Africa and the Caribbean. We are one people separated by slavery and colonialism. Martinique and Guadeloupe are French territories. They're not independent. They're part of France, but they're our brothers and sisters. Let us show them support, my friends. Subscribe to my channel today. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Like the video, share it with all your friends and family, and make sure to comment your thoughts and opinions on this video. Let me know what you think. There's a language barrier of French and the other Caribbean islands, but even though there's a language barrier, we still have to let the world know what is happening to Martinique. So by liking and sharing this video, more people will get to know what is happening in Martinique and how wicked France is, my friends. And we need to stop it. We need to help Martinique and Guadeloupe, my friends. CARICOM, speak up. Speak up. Thank you for watching this video, my friends, and I'll see you again tomorrow. I'll see you again tomorrow in the next video, because I have some good news that I will share with you tomorrow. Good news about bridging the gap between Africa and the Caribbean. CARICOM is doing some good things, and I have some good news to share with you coming up in the video tomorrow. So see you tomorrow, my friends, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.